Hi guys, today I'm going to show you what I've done so far to create an indoor herb garden. I started by pre-sprouting seeds. I pre-sprouted basil, thyme, oregano, sage, and cilantro. Here you can see pictures of the pre-sprouting process. I have thyme seeds on a paper towel that was kept damp. My thyme seeds were actually my fastest pre-sprouting ones, and you can see in the picture on the right how the plant has begun to emerge from the seed. Here's another picture of some seeds pre-sprouting. The first seeds I pre-sprouted, I had placed them in the lids to the QT cups that I'll be using just to keep them from rolling around, but I discovered it wasn't all that helpful. So you can see the basil seeds. One of them is pre-sprouted in this picture. And I was actually very happy to see this because I thought that I had killed the basil seeds by them getting moldy or something, but they seem to be fine. My oregano seeds were the first to pre-sprout and the first to get put into the soil. So here they are in the soil. And then here's the basil seeds in the soil. Even though they were some of the last ones to get in the soil, they were the fastest to show results in growing up out of the soil. My cilantro and sage had followed the oregano within a couple of days, and I put them in the soil. But they weren't showing any signs of anything happening, and I was worried I'd let the soil get too dry and that they had died. About a day after I voiced this concern, they began to show little green shoots and proved me wrong yet again. I actually woke up this morning, 14 hours after taking these pictures to give you guys a guide of my herb garden, to find an amazing amount of difference in my cilantro and a little bit of difference in the sage, and it's really more than what you can see in the picture. But it was really exciting to wake up to that this morning. Now, the thyme was the very fastest to pre-sprout, like I said. It was in the plastic bag for only 2 days before I moved it to the soil, and really, I only made it take that long because I wasn't ready to do it yet, because I wanted to take pictures, and so they probably could have gone in the soil about half a day earlier or so. And so the picture on the left is a picture I took yesterday. And then another 14-hour later picture, the same as the sage and the cilantro, and you can see how much better the sprouts are coming up through the soil today. I also directly planted oregano, sage, basil, and cilantro into soil. The oregano, again, is the first to show any activity, but it doesn't seem that the pre-sprouting really made the oregano go any faster, although I didn't do very good at recording dates as I started. I'll make sure to do a lot better at that with my vegetables. So here is a picture of all my herbs growing together inside of my makeshift greenhouse. Thank you guys for stopping by to see my indoor herb garden. In addition to satisfying my impatience, starting the herb garden was also a test of the pre-sprouting technique, and also to see if my makeshift greenhouse would work for starting seeds. And if it doesn't continue to work, then I can make adjustments ahead of time for my vegetable growing that will start soon. Thank you for stopping by, and if you would please leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on my gardening project, I would very much appreciate that. And I also would appreciate if you checked out the links in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and follow along on my blog as I post pictures and text that is pretty much the same thing as what's here on the videos. But if you prefer reading like I do, then that is more your style, then check it out. Thanks, you guys, and have a good afternoon.